Today, we're gonna share 10 essential things you should know before traveling to Japan.
If you've got this down, your trip is gonna be awesome, no doubt about it.
Hello everyone, we're Samurai Travel, your local Japan travel concierge.
This time, we're sharing things you really wanna know before coming to Japan. Whether your trip ends up being heaven or hell, kinda depends on this stuff.
Okay, maybe that's a bit dramatic, but we promise this info will be super useful. Definitely stick with us till the end. Getting around by train in Japan is super convenient, but with so many different train lines, buying the right ticket can be tricky. That's where the Welcome Suica Mobile App comes in handy. First, what's Suica? It's one of Japan's major IC cards for transportation. You can use it not only for trains and buses, but also for shopping at convenience stores and vending machines. Super convenient.
Yeah, but normally you gotta go to the station every time to charge it, right?
With the Welcome Suica Mobile App, you can actually issue your Suica before even arriving in Japan, right on your iPhone or Apple Watch. You can also top it up using a credit card, which means no more buying tickets at the station. You can start using trains and buses as soon as you land.
If you charge like 3,000 yen in advance, you don't even have to worry about calculating train fares. Tokyo trains are like the mobile multiverse these days, super complicated.
As of now, there's no equivalent app for Android users. If you are using Android, we recommend buying a physical Suica card at the airport or a major train station.
Yeah, no Android app as of April 2025. But hopefully it's coming soon. Hang tight.
If you're on iPhone, just head to the App Store and download Welcome Suica Mobile. When you have a specific destination in mind, taking a taxi is often the easiest option. And for that, we highly recommend the taxi hiring app, Go. Go is a taxi app available all across Japan. It supports English, and you can register international credit card too. Taxi nearby will come pick you up quickly. Super convenient. And since November 2023, the app now allows registration with overseas phone numbers, making it even more accessible for international visitors.
Now that's good news. So you can download it even before you come to Japan. Honestly, Tokyo's train system is amazing, and if you're traveling with friends, splitting the fare makes taxis a smart choice. But I gotta say, I'm a little worried about talking to the driver. Not every Japanese person speaks English, right?
No worries at all. You can set your destination directory in the app, so you don't need to worry about language barriers. Just getting a go.
Sounds way more practical than Uber in Japan. It's not really that common here yet anyway.
Next up is LUUP, an electric scooter sharing service. It's getting popularity as a convenient way to get around urban areas. With the dedicated app, you can easily rent any scooter and ride through the city. No need to deal with traffic or crowded trains.
That sounds awesome. Way more chill than taking a taxi, and you can just cruise around town freely.
Just keep in mind, in Japan there are some rules for using electric scooters. Before your first ride, you'll need to take and pass a quick traffic rule test within the app.
Oh no! A test? I'm terrible at those. Wait, actually it looks pretty easy. Just basic stuff, nothing crazy.
Also for now, LUUP is mainly available in Tokyo. So, if you are heading to other tourist spots, it might not be an option yet.
Yeah, but it seems perfect for short city hops, like going from Harajuku to Shibuya, Nakameguro, or Omotesando. You know, those places where train transfers can be kind of hassle.
Did you know that free public Wi-Fi isn't as common in Japan as you might expect?
Yeah, sure. Some places like stations, cafes, or airports have it, but depending on where you are, there's just no Wi-Fi at all, especially in the countryside.
That's why we recommend renting a pocket Wi-Fi if you are visiting Japan. You can reserve it online in advance and pick it up, or return it at the airport or even your hotel. Super convenient.
Way better than freaking out like, wait, there's no Wi-Fi here? What now? Just rent one and skip the stress. Plus, it's not even that expensive.
Exactly. For example, Ninja Wi-Fi is well known and super affordable, just 440 yen per day. It's definitely worth renting one for your trip.
Okay, I gotta say it. Foreign tourists line up way too much for chain spots like Ichiran or Maisen.
True, those famous chains are tasty, no doubt. But honestly, there are tons of local, independent restaurants that are even better. We really want you to experience authentic Japanese food beyond the usual spots.
Totally agree, but the tricky part is, sometimes the known chain places are worse too. It's hard to tell.
That's where Google Maps comes in. Most of you probably already use it, but in Japan, if a price has a rating of 4.0 or higher, it's usually a safe bet.
Yeah, and if it's got a few dozen reviews, even better. Plus, these days, more international tourists leave reviews in English, so you can actually get helpful opinions.
Another great tool is Tabelog. It's the most popular food review app in Japan, and there's even an English version available.
Wait, Tabelog has an English version? That app is awesome. It gives you a clear score for each place based on reviews. Super handy.
Tabelog uses a 5-point scale, and if a restaurant scores 3.5 or higher, that's considered really good in Japan. If it's 3.6 or above, you're pretty much guaranteed a great meal. Definitely worth downloading before your trip.
That said, sometimes it's fun to just trust your instincts and walk into a random spot. You never know what hidden gems you'll find. Travel is all about those once-in-a-lifetime moments, right?
Now, let's talk about one of the best parts of traveling in Japan, souvenirs. Good news, you don't have to run all over town looking for them. There's one place where you can get everything in one stop.
Wait, you mean Donkey?
That's right, the famous Don Quijote, a massive discount store chain found all over Japan. They've got everything: snacks, cosmetics, electronics, anime goods, alcohol, dairy items, you name it. They even have tax-free shopping and special section just for tourists. So it's super popular with international visitors too.
Totally. Places like the Donkey in Shibuya are packed with tourists, even in the middle of the night.
Some of the top picks? Definitely Japanese snacks like matcha Kit Kats and those crazy juicy Kororu gummies. Oh, and the take-home version of Ichiran ramen makes an awesome gift.
Oh yeah, and let's not forget the cosplay corner. Made outfits, nurse costumes. You know, for reasons.
Anyway, Donkey has literally everything. Great for souvenir shopping or just picking up stuff you need during your trip. Make sure to stop by. In Japanese cities, you'll notice something surprising. There are very few public trash cans.
Yeah, that's something a lot of first-time visitors are totally shocked by. Like, wait, where am I supposed to throw this away?
Exactly. Due to anti-terrorism measures, most public trash cans were removed years ago. Now, you'll only find them in limited places like inside train stations or in front of convenience stores.
Oh, so that's why. But still, it's amazing how clean the streets are. There's barely any litter.
Even in tourist spots where street food is popular, you won't see trash on the ground. In Japan, it's just common sense to take your garbage with you and throw it away later at your hotel or home.
So basically, you should always carry a small plastic bag in your bag for trash.
Exactly. It's a perfect way to be prepared and travel smart. Let's keep things clean and enjoy Japan. Our next tip: carry some cash while you are in Japan. Cashless payments have become more common lately, but there are still plenty of places that only accept cash.
Yeah, especially at local diners, small izakayas, or food stalls. I've pulled out my card before and they're just like, cash only please.
That's why it's smart to carry around at least 5,000 to 10,000 yen per day in cash, just to be safe.
It's funny, Japan has robot hotels and high-tech toilets, but it still lags behind in some things like this.
Another thing to keep in mind is that you won't find foreign currency exchange everywhere. Your main options are at the airport, major banks in big cities, or convenience store ATMs.
So what should I do if I run out of yen?
Your best bet is to use convenience store ATMs, like the ones from Seven Bank. They have English menus and support most international credit and cash cards.
That's a relief. Convenience stores are literally everywhere in Japan.
Exactly. When in doubt, just head to a convenience store. It's one of the golden rules of traveling in Japan. Tip number 9. Cherry blossom and autumn foliage seasons get crazy crowded. Spring's cherry blossom and fall's colorful leaves are some of Japan's most iconic sights. But that also means everyone wants to see them.
Yeah, the famous spots in Kyoto or Tokyo feel like Shibuya crossing. Total chaos.
Exactly. During cherry blossom season, late March to early April, and fall foliage season mid to late November. Top tourist areas in Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka are absolutely packed. Trains, buses, even hotels get super crowded, and taking photos at popular spots can be a real challenge.
Honestly, if your goal isn't to see the cherry blossoms or fall leaves, it's probably best to skip those seasons altogether.
Totally agree. But if you do want to enjoy them, we highly recommend going on weekends. Saturdays, especially, are a nightmare. Try to avoid them.
Yeah, everything's better on weekdays, restaurants, attractions, you name it. Way less stress.
Also, it's not just about the crowds. Hotels and bullet trains get booked up fast too. If you are planning to visit during peak season, it's best to make reservations 2 to 3 months in advance.
Oh, and one more thing. Japanese summers are brutal. Like seriously, Kyoto in August? It's like walking into a furnace. I'm not even kidding.
And now, a final tip. It's this. Learn a few basic Japanese phrases before you come. Many people in Japan are super confident with English, so knowing a little Japanese can make your trip a lot smoother.
Yeah, when a tourist asks for directions, people totally panic. So, what kind of phrases should we learn?
Here are our top picks. おすすめは?
Osusume wa? Wait, that's it? Just those?
Yep. Words like arigato or konnichiwa are nice, but honestly, they are easy to understand in English too. Even weather station is usually clear enough in English. But when you say something like, what do you recommend in English? Sometimes it just doesn't land.
Ah, I see. So yeah, most people can understand basic English. But once it gets even a little more advanced, it's game over.
So knowing how to say おすすめは in Japanese really helps, especially at restaurants.
Yeah, and if you go with the recommended dish, it's usually the best one anyway.
If you want to ask something more, just try speaking English slowly and clearly. Even saying just a few keywords is totally okay. Japanese people often understand better that way.
Totally. Like if someone just says station, I'll get what they mean right away. Since Japanese language is so high context, sometimes single words are actually easier for us to understand.
Alright, that wraps up our list of 10 things you should know before visiting Japan. What did you think?
This one was packed with seriously useful tips.
Just having a little knowledge and preparation can make a huge difference on your trip. If you keep these 10 tips in mind, your journey through Japan will go a whole lot smoother.
Yeah, seriously. Better to know this stuff now than regret it later like. Wait, no one told me that. Also, if you played Yakuza, that counts as solid prep too. Just saying.
And if you got any questions or things you are curious about, feel free to drop them in the comments. We are based in Japan and happy to answer from a local perspective.
Also, if there's anything else you want us to cover, send in your request. We'd love to hear from you.
We'll be sharing lots more tips and travel plans to help you make the most of your trip to Japan. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.
Alright, see you on the next adventure.
Have a great trip and see you in Japan.